So we have a new chapter. It's all about graphing. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. So now, remembering x's and y's, super important. So there's a couple of different spots x's and y's show up. Once it is on your graph, you have your axes. So remember that you're head nodding, right? Yes for y, up and down. No for x, left and right. So y is up and down, x is left and right. Another word for up and down and left and right is vertical and horizontal. So vertical, up and down. Horizontal, left and right. You forget those words, they're also on my door. Right? Horizontal this way. Vertical this way. Okay? So you need to know those words. Right? So that's how we have our axes. Our axes go this way. So the green one is x, the y one is purple. Then is our information. So our information can be in tables or it could be in ordered pairs. So you need to know which spot belongs to the x, which spot belongs to the y, and what you have to remember, it's always in alphabetical order. So x always comes first, then y. So if you have two numbers in a pair like this for a point, x first, y second. All right? When we have a table, a vertical table like this, and you have two columns, x first, y second. Right? When you have a horizontal table, when you read a page, you go from top to bottom. X first, y second. So it's always x, then it's y. Okay? And other things we talked about is make sure you have names on your axes. Right? You get those from your tables or some other information on your question. So names and units, right? Make sure your axes are equally spaced, right? And that's about it. And when you draw our lines, we use pencils and straight edges so we get a nice straight line. So I stopped here because the graphing is not necessarily always straightforward. These numbers that we needed to graph, right? That's the last thing I asked you to do, or we were going to do, right? So to remind ourselves, we set up our time on the bottom, right? So we did every 4 lines was 1. So this was going up by quarters, right? Quarter, a half, 3/4, 1. So 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1. And this way we did every 5 lines is 10. So we're going up by 2s, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Right? So you got to know your spacing if you want to graph it. So our first point that we want to graph here is, let's do this in green, 1 and 11. So x1, y11. So we start at the x. Always start at the x first. So we find 1 on the x. There it is. Up to 11. Well, where is 11?
Above 10.
Above 10? How far above 10? Because the next line is 12, right? So we have to go halfway. So now we get to grade 8. Some of our points don't line perfectly on line. So we go up to 10, and we don't go all the way to the 12. So I need a green dot. Right about there, roughly. Right? So in between 10 and 12, halfway in between is 11. Right? So you're going to have to do guessing like that. It's okay to be off a little bit, but somewhere in the ballpark. Then we have 2 and 22. Right? So we have x at 2 up to 22. So we go up to 20. Then how many more lines do we go?
2.
2, because each line is worth 2, right? So that's 20. That'll be 22 right there. So purple along the 2 up to 22. All right? Then we have 3 and 33. So we'll go from 3 up to 30. And how much more do we go past 30?
1.5.
1.5. So remember, it goes 30, then it goes 32. That one would be 34. That's too much. So 33 is in between 32 and 34, right there. So up here, need the wrong one, 33, 32, 33, something like this. Right? And look at your picture. Remember, everything in this chapter is going to make a straight line. And if you look at your dots and they're not falling on a straight line, chances are maybe you counted wrong. Right? So you double check your counting. So the last one is 4 and 44. So you go up to 4, up from 4, straight up to 40. Right? Oh, where's 40? You're right. Oh, come on, right there. Then 42, then 44. That would be 44. Right? So you should have something like look at this. Now we're going to connect the dots. That's what our ruler's for. So we're going to connect the dots, make our nice straight line, right through our points. Right? And my lines go like this. As much as you can. Oh.
Don't you have like a ruler and everything?
Yeah, that's, oops, something I'm off. Am I off? Ooh, that's why. I put my last dot off. I put it at 4.5. 40, here, 42, 44. There we go. Much better. Yeah, the graphing does not work well with a computer screen. This is touch sensitive and things kind of go all over the place. So I'll do my best. So something like this. It's your line, right? There we go, right? That's it. So when you are doing your assignment today, it'll be unlike the other assignments today. I usually give you the answer keys and stuff like that with all the graphs. I'm not going to because the graphs are sort of just gives away the picture, right? You're gonna have to label your axes. You may be asked to come up with your numbers and make sure you just do everything with straight lines. Use a pencil because you're going to make mistakes with your pens, right? And try to make the graph as big as possible, right? Don't try to do it right in the small corner. Use as much of the space as you can, right? And I don't think the assignment's very hard. So if we have time left over, I'm hoping to start a little bit of the day 2 notes. Let's just see how it goes, all right? We'll stop right there.